Hey, hey, hey. Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Evening.
How y'all doing? How y'all
Happy
doing?
Tuesday.
Yes, indeedy. And you know it's Tuesday, so you know what that means. It is time for Love Talk Tuesdays with your host, Love Talks with the Garcons. I am Irvin's Garcon.
I am Ann Garcon.
And together we are Love Talks with the Garcon. And our third host, which is you.
Where love speaks.
And we listen. Listen, we're still getting used to that, okay?
Yes.
Thank
Guys,
you
we're
for
so
joining
excited
us.
to have you tonight. Thank you for coming back to join us
Yes,
and having
indeedy.
these powwows, these conversations. We feel like it's really necessary for our community at large and those who just happen to pop in that don't even know us. I feel like these conversations are very important to have to really build our relationships, and not just relationship with a significant other. Right? A lot of the things that we speak about is conducive for any kind of relationship.
Yeah, it's transferable.
Yes.
Mimi say y'all watching, y'all matching. Yeah, girl, I was wearing this first, and then
I ain't gonna front.
she decided she wanted to be like me. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, we're so happy to have this conversation tonight. I think I'm going to really enjoy. Well, I say that every week, right? I really think I'm going to enjoy this one because it's kind of like a very important topic. Yeah. I think every topic we talk about is pretty important, right? But this one is really something that is really making or breaking.
Yeah, guys, and just
a lot of relationships.
Yeah. And just as you're joining us, help us out, do some housekeeping rules. Make sure you share this live with at least 5 people. Copy the link, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, whatever link that you have. Go ahead and share it out. We definitely want to make sure that you guys are tapped in with us, and it's going to be another amazing one. So share it right now as I'm doing myself, which is why I have my head down. I would truly appreciate it.
And if you want to share with more than 5 people, you're welcome to do
Absolutely.
so. Just ask for a minimum of 5. Okay?
Absolutely. And whatever platform you're watching us from, we also are asking you guys to just go ahead and follow that platform.
Good night, Shani.
Hi, Shani. So if you are on Facebook, go ahead and follow the page, Love Talks with the Garcon. If you are on Instagram, watching us there, you could follow
y'all should be following
there
us
too.
Everywhere, actually.
Yes. And YouTube, my YouTubers, if you're here and you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you go ahead and do so and hit that notification bell, ding, to be made aware when we are going live again.
Or when we post. We actually recently posted a video. Go and check that one out.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's on the topic of being vulnerable.
Validation, feeling validation.
Sorry, validation, said the V word. Validating each other's your partner's feelings, and it's a lot of really great nuggets that you can get from it. So
and guys, let me apologize ahead of time. My energy, your boy's not feeling well, but it's Love Talk Tuesday. Love Talk Tuesday. I had to pull up on y'all and still do what we gotta do, right? So forgive the energy, but I am here. I'm excited, and let's just jump right into it.
Can we jump in?
Let's jump in. Let's go.
Okay, so tonight's topic.
You said the tonight's topic?
I didn't say that.
You said the tonight's topic.
Oh. Edit. Oh. Can y'all even hear me?
I think they were probably using my mic. My mic was picking up. Sis did not have her mic on this whole time. That's crazy.
My bad.
That's crazy.
All right, can you guys hear me now? I don't know if it was bad. Like, I'm gonna need y'all for some feedback. Let me know. Can you guys hear me? All right, I'm just gonna keep talking. You put it up, see if you can hear me. It was bad.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. All right, so tonight's topic is social media and relationships. You know what that thing is, right?
No, I actually don't.
They do that when they're making like a huge announcement. So we're talking about excuse me. We're talking about social media and relationships. Okay. Now, like I said from the beginning, it can even make or break a relationship, right? Because social media is really designed to bring us closer, right? But if we're not careful, it can also drive us apart.
Okay.
Okay. Tonight we're going to really dig into the good of it, the bad of it, right? And everything in between and all the boundaries that as a relationship or in a relationship that you should create or have for your relationship. Now, let's think about social media in essence. Like, what was the original intent behind it? Like, when did it start? Why was it created? Right. And so I really wanted to dig deep and find out, okay, when the person who created it, what?
Well, it can't be just one person.
Well, the people, because you have multiple ones. But there's this first one that was called 6 Degrees. I don't know if you know about that.
No, that's
in 1997, as far back as 1997, something called 6 Degrees. So it was.
Wait, do me a favor, scratch my back.
Oh God, this right here.
Yeah. Move over. That's love, guys. This is part of marriage.
Right here.
Yeah. Thank you. Robert.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So in 1997, quick history, okay? It was called 6 Degrees, and it let the users create profiles, and they were able to friend each other, okay? Then when we went to 2022 and 2003, you had something called Friendster. I never heard of that. And then you had MySpace. Remember MySpace? Yep. Anybody had a MySpace account? I remember having MySpace, but it took things further, right? Where people would be able to make profiles, message each other, and start sharing their photos.
But MySpace was crazy, though. MySpace was so complicated, the whole coding thing. You have to, you never really manage your own thing. I don't think you did. I don't remember being really into it. I just remember posting pictures. But if you wanted to post a picture or post anything, you had to go to some kind of platform where you upload that picture, and then you had to come into all these computer language numbers. Guys, I'm just gonna keep doing it.
I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, so that was that. And then LinkedIn came in 2003, which was the professional network spot, right? And then boom, Facebook came. Now, I remember Facebook being for college students, right? Yep. For college students. It was actually created for Harvard students, for them to
Mm-hmm.
remain connected. But eventually, all the other universities got wind of it, and it became public. And now it has changed how we interact, online forever, right?
Yeah. And there's a movie about it, too. I got to watch that movie.
Really? A Facebook movie?
Yeah, it's called The Social Network. Old movie, how it's founded.
So now after Facebook came, then we had Twitter in 2006, and then we had Instagram, and now we have Snapchat, Pinterest, TikTok, and all these other different social media platforms. But initially, right, it wasn't about likes. It wasn't about being an influencer. It wasn't about all these viral dances, right? It was really about connection, communication, and community. Right. CCC.
Okay.
Connection, communication, and community. But along the lines with people just sharing their lives. And that's the thing. People will share tidbits of their lives, right? It's not necessarily their entire life, because you don't live with these people.
Right.
They show you what they want to show you. But what it has created is jealousy, comparison, right? Envy, right? Because it highlights the best parts of people's lives. And so now you're looking at this person, you're like, whoa,
I want that.
I wish my life was like that. Why can't my life be like that? Right. And then once you start to compare yourselves, now you begin to you turn insecure, right? And so you start to think that there's something wrong with you, where there's something wrong with your life, right? And instead of encouraging yourself, you start to kind of belittle yourself, And how does that affect someone in a relationship? Now, we see many relationship couples, right? Or relationship influencers out there. And so they give this sense of contentment, nirvana, happiness, joy. And as you see these relationships, you start to look at your own relationship and say, all right, you're not doing something right.
Yeah. And then 3 days later, that those same people break up and it's over.
No, and I'm going to really admit something, okay? Very transparent moment here. Irvin and I's relationship has been pretty solid from day one. You know what I mean? And
You could have fooled me.
don't say that. Right? And so in we've had like really pretty good communication, aside from the things that we've talked to you guys about, where we would have certain disagreements, and then he wouldn't talk to me for a week, 3 days, but then we'd eventually get over it. But then at one point I would scroll, because we all do this, we get on social media and then we'll scroll. And as you scroll, the thing that you constantly look at, the algorithm will bring it to your attention.
Well, you don't even have to look at it. It could just be talking about it. And
right.
Show up. That's crazy.
But then the more you look at one type of content, the more it'll pop up on your feed. And so as I'm looking, scrolling, and I'm seeing different couples or whatever, and I'm like, how he's doing things for his girl, I, in my mind, start thinking like, man, I wish Irvis would do that for me.
Crazy.
And this is a natural response to seeing something that may not even be real, right? But you bring it into your relationship, and all of a sudden you start questioning, well, why don't you bring me flowers?
Why don't you take me to Dubai? I ain't got no Dubai money.
Why don't we go out to, why don't you surprise me with a movie night in the backyard with a huge, you know what I'm saying? Like all these different things.
He literally just sent me that video today.
Which one?
The video about the huge.
No. Yeah, but that's the because it's fresh in my head. Mm-hmm. No, but like, right. We start comparing our relationship and what we're doing we could be having a really great time. Like we could be really getting along, communicating well, like treating each other well. But then when we see another couple doing something different than we do, then we start to question whether what we're doing is correct.
Yeah.
So how has social media affected relationships? It causes us to compare ourselves. Yeah. It causes us to really start to envy other people and actually want what we're seeing.
And that's consciously or unconsciously, right? Because sometimes it's not deliberate, but you are just influenced without even realizing that you're being influenced.
That's what they're called, influencers, right?
That's the whole idea of it, right? And so it is super, super imperative that you're not falling into that trap. Sometimes they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. You're thinking the 1,000 words are positive, but in reality, it's really not, right? Filters. People are not putting their true self out there, right? That's why some people use filters so much. No offense, no judgment.
I don't use it so much. Why you say it like that?
On stories you do. You're always using filters on stories.
Not always, Irvins. 2 times I did today, 1 time I didn't.
I almost didn't recognize you last week when you posted in your stories. I was like, who's that person?
Jerseys? Mm-mm. What would you say?
I'm the comic relief.
You're not being serious, right?
I'm not. Oh my God, it's going to be a conversation.
Right now I have to go on my stories and see which one you're talking about.
It's going to be a conversation tonight.
Anyway, so now this is a question that I have. Do you post your person or do you not?
Well,
do you post or not to post?
That is the question.
That is the question.
Well, it depends. Some people give you different reasons as to why they don't post. And some of the reasons are legitimate. Some of them are just, you can call BS, right? So for example, you have people that say, I don't post a fresh relationship, or just like you said, people might be envious of what I have. I got haters, this, that, and the third. And you have some people who are legitimately very private. They don't really post themselves. And so, who really get on my nerves though? Sidebar. ADHD is acting up. I don't have ADHD, but if I did, it's acting up right now. Those people who post their babies and there's always something blocking their face. Nobody trying to see your baby's legs or your baby's back. right? Or your baby's pinky. Like, yo,
if you're on here and you do that, he's not
ready,
talking about you.
I am. If you're not ready to post your baby, don't post your baby. You know, they put a little pear, a little fruit on their head,
A heart face
on their head. Like, don't push your baby if you're not ready.
No, but then at the same time, if every time you post you and your person, they're facing away from the camera, that's something to pay attention to.
For some reason, they always tell you it's a lighting, it's a sun. The sun is beaming.
Like,
that's what
come on. Like, he always wants to have his face in your neck, or he always wants to be hugging you, or he's like, yeah.
Thank you, Marquita. Yeah. Just don't push your baby if you're covering their faces, right? Just don't post the baby. Don't post the boo. Just you're not ready. If you're not ready, just don't do it. All right. But that was a joke. If you do that with your baby, okay. So,
but then there are people who will say that they're not not even we're not on the babies anymore. That the reason why they don't post is because they'd rather they're not hiding, they're just being private. It's not a secret. You're not a secret. Yeah. I just want to keep you private. Now, I don't know how other people feel about this. Now, this is a case-by-case scenario. It has to be whatever your person is comfortable with. It is what it is. However,
but that's the question, though. Is your person comfortable with that? Because is it a mutual decision?
Yeah.
Does your person want to be posted? In the back of their mind, are they thinking you're not posting me because I'm the side guy or whatever the case may be?
Side guy is never a side guy. It's always a side chick.
No, some of these women be wilding too. So I think that's part of it too. Is it a mutual decision in that context? Because guess what? Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to accept it or not, social media has become a very big space of validation.
Yeah. People get their validation when they post about it. The first thing that we do on our birthdays, we want to go to the store and see who's giving us those mentions. And don't lie. Some of y'all know y'all be ready to post your birthday picture. You have it ready at 11:57 because you want people to start commenting on it. You want that, right? And so I think we have to be honest with ourselves that is the case. And that's why
it is what it is.
People I think mostly women would feel more validated if their man posted them. Because for a man to post his woman on social media, and I'm not knocking those of you who have decided not to, and your wife is okay with it, your girl is okay with it, right? If that's something that you both have agreed on, if that's something that you both, said, okay, we're not posting each other, we're going to keep this private until we both feel like we it's necessary.
Yeah.
But if one person is like, okay, not feeling it, like, okay, questioning why aren't you posting me? And your response is not something that really can validate them or really assure them that you are not like a sneaky link, then there has to be a conversation around it. Like, why are you not posting me? Because then it's like you feel like you're being hidden. Like, do you even want people to know that we're together? Do you do you even like me?
Yeah.
Is there something about me that makes you a little ashamed?
Is it my cock eye? Sometimes we post pictures. I think everybody has a lazy eye.
Oh, boy.
Everybody have a lazy eye, whether you want to believe it or not. Like when you look at everybody's pictures, there's something is not right. Something is not right. Or it might be the left. I don't know. One of them is not sitting right. So they probably don't want to be posted.
You're being so superficial. Really, like if there has to be bottom line, there has to be a conversation between the two of you expressing how it's going to work. How is social media going to work in your relationship? Are you guys going to post or are you not going to post? And then if you do post, like how often?
Yeah.
How often are you going to post? What will the caption say? Is it going to really show that this is a person that belongs to you? Or is it going to be kind of vague where my ride or die?
That's him.
That's my dog. That's my road dog.
That's the homie right
and
there.
I've seen that. I've seen in relationships a person has posted someone that they were with, but the message is very vague, and it's like, okay, it's giving you're hiding something.
Yeah.
Right. And so if your person is not comfortable with that, you have to have a conversation about, and not to say that it's the only way to validate.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can validate in other ways, but if this is important to someone,
I mean,
you gotta discuss it.
I think there's two sides to the coin, but like you said, it might be either or, right? Um, Tamar said, "This is too much. Let's put social media away and bring back Blackberries." But even with Blackberries, if I ain't got your PIN, is it really real? Right? You can have text messaging on your BlackBerry. If I don't have that BBM PIN, is it really real? Right? But then also, I think something came to my mind. There's also the idea of the relationship being so new that the person, I don't want to be posting it yet and play myself and get embarrassed,
right?
Because we break up a couple months afterwards, right?
I think that's a really good point.
Yeah, because I'm just waiting for us to really, really be an item. Keep this thing focusing on us before posting it, and there's no real ulterior motive other just the fact that the relationship isn't that serious yet, right?
Yeah.
There's also potentially a fear of judgment, right? Because sometimes the person you selected, you know that they are not necessarily really liked, or they might not be the best person to other people. So like, oh, she's with him, right? What you doing with that person? Is with her?
What does he see in her? Right. And that's the thing. Social media has kind of opened this pathway to so many opinions. Like, who cares what you think? But at the same time, you really do care what they think. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't post. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like so many opinions. And so you have to be ready to hear the opinions of others when you post. So that's another thing you got to think about. Yeah. Are you up for that? Like, are you open to having all these opinions in your business?
Tama also said, I'm loving the people that are popping up with just wedding pictures out of nowhere. You never knew.
That's the new wave. That's the new wave. Like, you didn't know that they were dating. You didn't know that they were even engaged, but then they come up and they're like, married. But and that's something that was decided between them, and that's okay.
That's okay.
That's and that's how it should be, as long as both parties agree that this is how we're gonna roll. Yeah. But then what happens when one person really wants to post and the other one doesn't? Like, how do you navigate that?
Because that's one thing I was gonna mention just now. Because there could be so many different guys. I'm so sorry. I'm pushing through right now.
You got it.
I don't feel good. There's some people who. Am I feeling warm yet? No, right?
You're sweating, actually.
There are some people who there's so many potential reasons and sources of conflict in a relationship. This can actually be one. You are with someone unequally yoked in the world of social media who is very present, and even if they want to respect that, I'm not going to post you, but I want to post me. And that can even be a source of conflict in the context of social media, right? So it's also super important that it can even play that role in your relationship, right? And so even with something like that, maybe that might even need to be a conversation when you start talking to someone.
Yeah. What is your take on
what is your take on social media? What is your expectation of us as a couple? And when I say expectation, the only thing, one of my judgments about social media is don't force it. Don't force it. Like, for me, I don't force posts on social media. My personal platform, whenever you see I'm posting, that's just where I am in the moment on my personal platform. On Love Talks page, we should be following, which is Love Talks with the Garcons. Follow now, right? If on my our page, we are intentional about what we are posting, strategic to get you guys content, to get you guys information, to keep our conversation going when we are not live, right? But other than that, my own personal platform, there's no thoughts behind it. And people can also sense the authenticity. I'm out with Ann, hey, picture, because we're having a good time. My kids, picture, because we're having a good time. And that's one of the feedback I get a lot from a lot of people. They always say, hey, when you post, it doesn't feel fake. Whereas some couples is very calculated, right? And so you need to have that conversation, because that in itself can be a source of conflict if you don't have an understanding about where each other stand. as it relates to social media posting.
Right. There should be like some agreement that we, come up with, that if you're a non-poster and she's a
constant poster,
an avid poster, right? Then you got to be like, okay, where can we meet in the middle? Like, and if she says, babe, when you post me, it makes me feel like you're proud that I'm yours.
Yeah.
Then if you can do it maybe once every 2 weeks, I don't know. Like, there has to be some type of adjusting and accommodation for your person.
You got to know your person.
Yeah.
I feel like and it's not shade or trying to play her. I feel like she's that person. If we were that couple where I don't post.
Oh yeah, I'd give you hell.
She would be in her mind about why it's not posting me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And
that's just me. That's just like, it doesn't, if some women are okay with not being posted, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Just me, like, if you didn't post me, I'd have a problem with you. Yeah. Like, and I would bring it to the table and ask you, like, okay, well, why not?
Would you accept I'm just not that type of person. I don't like to post my life. Would you accept
I would say, let me post for you. Can we do that? Like, you ain't got to press send. I'll press it.
You write your own caption too. You mess around and say, I love me. Me was looking nice today.
But if you had a valid reason, something that really, that I could resonate with and sympathize with, I wouldn't give you pushback, but it would have to be something that really is, that has on a figure. Like,
I think you also get to know your person. If you know your partner and you know how they really are and who they really are, then it wouldn't be a problem, because you're just likely to believe what they're saying based on how they are, right? But now if they keep posting about everybody else, but not you, the birthday shout outs to everybody else sound like they're the girlfriend or they're the wife,
and not you.
When he posts about you and you sound like you're the homie, and you,
then that's the problem.
That's the problem,
right?
There's this.
So you got to pay attention to what they're posting.
It's very gray.
If you're not gonna post me, so like,
I'm not gonna hold you. It's very gray, but there's some black and white even in this particular world, right?
Now, in a relationship, right, is it okay to check your partner's phone? Because
social media or just phone, period? Their text messages.
I say all of it.
I feel like I'm being yelled at.
I say all of it. Is it okay to check your partner's phone? Should you want to check your partner's phone?
I think that's the question. Should you be having reason to want to check your partner's phone?
Like, you know how they say, if you go searching for something, you gonna find something.
You gonna find it. You're gonna find it.
I think especially when, if the relationship is in a place where it's kind of rocky and it's not really solid, like things are still, unsure and you're trying to figure it out. I say, if you don't have any permission to do so, please don't go searching. Because sometimes you say you want to know, but you really don't, because when you do, it's like you wish you didn't know.
Yeah.
And not to say that your person is probably doing something that's wrong, but whenever you're trying to surface something, you're going to find something to be upset about. You're going to find something to accuse him or her about. So as far as marriage is concerned, we have the passwords to each other's phones. We have the passwords to each other's social media. Sometimes he goes on mine. Sometimes I go on his. And it's because there has been, like, it's an agreement that we have that it's okay.
But it really didn't have anything to do with our relationship. What happened is, a lot of time for Ann, Ann is a minister. And so a lot of time I have to post things on her account. I think that's how I end up having each other's passwords. It was like a conversation of, give me a password. I don't think that's how it works. I think I probably used Ann's phone to check my account one time or something. It just left it connected and logged in, and vice versa. Because a lot of time, even when during her concert, which we just had, by the way, I have something special coming for you guys. We'll talk about that another time.
Yes.
That's another lie. But be ready. So I do a lot of her social media management. So a lot of time I'm on her page. You know, sometimes sometimes we'd be on each other's pages talking to somebody, not realizing, like, and we'll post on a girl's page or something. Oh, so beautiful, heart.
And it's
And next thing you know, it's me. Like, ooh, why are you posting heart? So whenever, ladies, if you see me posting like a thirst comment with like tongue sticking out or whatever on your picture, it's N.
Why would? Oh, that's another thing. Should you be liking another guy or another girl's picture?
I do not be liking big booty pictures.
No, honestly, guys, this is. I'm glad you said that, babe, because I wasn't going to touch this. I will sometimes like be scrolling, and I'll see a married person.
Some pastors. Some married pastors
liking a woman's photo,
a booty one
that's very revealing, that's very, and she could be someone that we know, like.
But then you go on that person's page, right? You go on that big booty model girl's page, you scroll,
and they like many times. Nah,
trying to get yourself in trouble. Listen, I ain't gonna try to act all saintly. Do I look at the pictures? Yeah, I ain't gonna like it. I ain't gonna make my wife.
I will find it and I will come and get you.
I ain't liking no big booty pictures, bro.
Like I think even okay, because guys, I mean, let's be honest. Like these pictures, they're there. They're like, and first of all, your algorithm is bringing them to you, which means you're following pages that you probably shouldn't be following, but that's another conversation for another day. Now, if you like it, people can see that you liked it, especially if they're your friend. Mm-hmm. And you know how that looks? It looks trifling. It looks.
Then you have people like Ann watching and judging you.
It's not judging. It's like, because it is judging.
And I get that phone call, babe. Did you see Pastor such and such? Like,
no, I don't do that. I never called you and said, babe, you see Pastor that.
Pastor such was commenting on Big Booty 33's picture over and over and over again.
No, but like if you notice, like, and you go to that person's page and you notice that this guy or this girl is just liking many of this person's pictures. It's very suspicious.
Now you're gonna have all these girls trying to go to make sure they look all these guys.
And out of respect for your person, like you don't do that.
But what if this could happen? It is because some people post thirst trap pictures, but they have a great message in the comment in a caption. What if the message is the picture is like, right? But instead in the caption say, "I will look up to the hill from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord." Make sure you are looking to the Lord and not on my booty.
But it's
what
crazy.
If you like the caption?
Can
you like the caption and not the picture?
Caption has nothing to do with the picture, and they try to play it safe that way. Right. Guys, please avoid the.
Let's take a poll. There's some of you guys right now who are watching us. Is it a big deal for your partner, your potential partner, to like pictures of the other opposite sex, especially if they're a little bit explicit or on the more sensual or sexual side? Guys, we apologize about it. We have to figure out this light thing. We still haven't know how the lighting, it just automatically zoom in and zoom out. But is it an issue for you if your partner is liking pictures of the opposite sex, especially if they are kind of like provocative and things like that?
That's an easy answer.
Some people, it's not a big deal for them. Honestly.
I want to hear who it's not a big deal for.
Are you okay with that? Those are guys who are here. Well, let us know. Just by saying yes or no, you don't have to give a long, drawn out explanation if you don't want to. But yes or no, is it okay for your partner to be liking suggestive pictures of people of the opposite sex? So we're going to keep talking, but go ahead and feel free to comment and let us know. We'd love to know where you stand on that.
As you guys are thinking about that, my answer is heck no. It is not okay. And it will never be okay for me. It'll definitely cause an issue.
You're different.
So you would like me liking?
Of course not.
What's that homeboy's name with the morning routine? Ashton Hill? Is it Ashton Hill?
It's the fact that you know the dude's name.
That might not even be his name. I think it's Ashton Hall or something like that. It's
even,
Ashton something.
Oh, you know Ash.
But you see, not okay, totally inappropriate and disrespectful, period. And I don't care if it's someone, absolutely not. And I don't care if it's someone that we know that should be like our friend. Mm-hmm. I don't care. I don't care if it's my cousin, bro.
What about if it's her birthday and she went out, she put some, she was looking very, very.
Tell me happy birthday for her and I'll tell her for us. Like, I don't care. There's no way that is.
I think you go write happy birthday, just don't like the picture. No, if it's a birthday post, I will say, hey, happy birthday, especially for someone that's really my friend.
If it's a birthday post and she's in lingerie.
Happy birthday. I don't have to like it.
I dare you.
I can write happy birthday?
Not if she's in lingerie. No. It's just like, first of all, okay, that's a different conversation. I'm sorry. It's just, I can't. I don't know why you're trying to make it find a loophole.
I wrote happy birthday.
On who?
On a friend. Somebody, especially somebody that we know. We both know.
And she was in lingerie?
Yeah. I'm not writing. I'm not liking it. There's a difference. There's a difference. Okay, so all the ladies are saying it's
not okay for inappropriate pictures, but regular pictures, yes.
Okay.
Pictures in general. Like if the person has they graduated and they have they're good. Like
they're in worship.
But come on, if they're on the beach and they're like in their lingerie, 2-piece and they're like, come on.
Enjoy your enjoy your vacation.
I dare you. I dare you. I just feel like we have to really be mindful about the person. And there's this verse in the Bible that says, don't let anyone even think that you're sinning or something like. I'm paraphrasing. Don't let anyone have any type of paraphrasing. Don't let anyone have any reason to say anything about you, anything negative to say about you. So if you're out here just kind of liking thirst trap pictures, automatically they're conjuring up some image of or idea of who you are as a person. Oh, he may not really be happy with the way his wife looks. That's why he's liking these posts, right? Or he's fantasizing about, or she's fantasizing about what could be. So just be respectful of your person. Be mindful of those that are looking, that may, pass
I think
judgment.
You definitely have to protect your person's mind. There's a lot of things that happen in the mind of people, and that's where it starts. Like anxiety, it starts here. Depression, it starts here. A lot of it starts in the mind. So you have to make sure that your actions don't have your person in their mind. Again, shameless plug, but not really. If you go back and watch our content video on our YouTube page, Love Talk to the Garcon, we created a video that's basically focused on that same conversation of validating your person's feelings. I think we are living in an age right now, especially when it comes to relationships. Well, maybe it got better because I feel like the older generation, they really care about all that stuff. They didn't have all these buzzwords, right? But now that we know better, we should be able to do better. And we should be willing and able to validate the person's feelings. And it also is applicable to social media. We cannot take the stance to talk about, oh, it's not that serious, or you're making too big of a deal about it. Come on, Light.
Just talk, babe.
You're making too big of a deal about it. And we have to be in a space where we are validating what the person is bringing to the table, right? So it isn't so much so about the fact that, oh, it's not a big deal that I liked a picture on social media. The big deal is the fact that you're hurt by the fact that I liked that picture on social media. So if you are not willing to do that, I don't think you're really ready for a relationship or even marriage.
Just don't like it. Period. I'm sorry.
That's all you're able to come down to?
It's an easy answer.
What if my finger slipped? What if Bailey had my phone and she was liking things?
Will you stop that with the what ifs?
It could happen.
And if you accidentally like it, unlike it. Period. All right. So social media it's good and it's bad, but it depends on how it depends on how you are using it, right? So some of the way that it impacts excuse me, some of the ways that it impacts relationships. I'm just going to list a couple of things, right? We talked about how, people compare themselves to other couples and what other couples are doing. People start to think, man, we're not doing enough.
Yeah.
Like that couple goes out every Tuesday. We barely go out. So you start to feel like you're not doing enough. Sometimes you start to fight because there are issues that you saw in a post that had nothing to do with you that you made about you. Right. It was just you're projecting what you've seen onto your relationship. And out of nowhere, you'd be like, so when did you win? Like, when are you gonna buy me flowers?
Right.
And first of all, you don't even like flowers, but because you see it's something that's been highlighted on a reel, and you now feel like, okay, this is something that should be happening in my relationship, right? Then you start to think that you need to prove your love. Oh, prove to me that you love me by posting me.
Right.
Prove to me that you care about me by telling the world that I'm the best to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to post to prove things as opposed to just, like Irvin said, sharing authentically. Right. Another way that it impacts is that it starts to like, you kind of have no more boundaries. Like if you start to overshare because now you're trying to prove, like there are really no boundaries. And now you have so many people that are in your relationship. And so it's kind of like you have to, how when a couple shares, and then they stop sharing all of a sudden, us as the viewer, we become like, okay, well, we were invested in this. Like, you told us how you guys got together. All of a sudden you broke up, but now we don't know nothing about it. Like, so people now feel like they have a right to know more about your relationship. So there are really no boundaries created. The boundaries are gone, right? And then too much social media, right, can really affect intimacy. If we as a couple spend all of our time on social media, we're really getting to know other people as opposed to getting to know one another, right? And it's not really good for our personal intimacy. Babe, you look like you're out of it, and you're making me feel like I have to rush this thing.
I'm so sorry. I don't feel well, guys.
And I'm starting not to feel well. I don't know, like, this is not okay. Thank you for sharing that. Comparison is the thief of joy and peace. You could be having a peaceful relationship, but you look and you scroll and you start to create war in your home because of unrealistic expectations.
And non-existing things.
Okay. So we're going to end off tonight with some do's and don'ts. Okay. What should you do in with your relationship as opposed to social media? And none of this is concrete. None of this is written in stone. Remember, it's all about what you and your person decides to do, what you guys agree upon, right? It's your formula. You find your formula. But for the majority, right, or in general, do respect each other's privacy. Don't go snooping and thinking, okay, I'm going to go and try to find something. Like, your partner is still a person. Like, you should respect them and trust that what they're saying is what it is. Unless you have reasons to suspect, then you bring that up in conversation. Yeah. Okay.
I think also it's very important. We alluded to this by setting boundaries together, right? Start from the conversation can start with, are you a poster or are you not a poster? Agree on how much time the person will spend on social media. Because even in and out, we're kind of guilty in that. I don't know if I think we could do better about thinking it's an issue in our marriage or relationship, but we could both be in bed and we're on our phones. Is it the most effective, productive thing? No, not necessarily. But for us, it's not causing any strife, I wouldn't say. But depending on your relationship, if you know that is an issue for you, you got to be very mindful about how long you're on social media and set those boundaries very early. Don't be checking your phones or your DMs or what's happening, especially if you're on a date.
Because usually at nighttime, we're like now sharing reels with each other, right? But then if there's like a topic of conversation that I want to have, I'm like, babe, put the phone away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if it's something that you guys are okay with, like I said, it's whatever works for you, right?
Yeah.
Another thing you want to do is like share each other authentically. Like, it doesn't have to be, like I said, to prove. Like, if something happens in the moment, something sweet, right? Just share it, like, as a way of just kind of sharing your love, not really to show people or to prove to people that you do have love in your home.
Like this morning, I posted it on our pages, on my page, N's page, and Love Talks page.
So annoying. I was really, so like, this is what I do. Like, I will pack them lunches and then I'll write like a sweet note.
You should have verified to see who's.
I'll write a sweet note or whatever. And so I was just kind of, sharing with him about how he's like my Superman, right? And I thought that
I was mad confused when I was reading the text. I'm like, what? Okay.
So I ran out of Post-its, so I had to do it through text message. And so I said, "You're my Superman," like, because he's been really like.
She said,
really
"Babe, I gotta get my Post-its back, like the Post-it notes, so she don't have to text this message." Anyway, I pray that you enjoy your day and that you're thinking of me. I just wanted to remind you that I appreciate all the hard work you do for our family. It's going on 10 months. Excuse me. It's going on 10 months since you've allowed me the time to figure things out. And I don't think you know just how grateful I am that you secured everything and made all things happen. You're my freaking Superman, and I love you so much. Sorry for leaving you hanging for so long, but I want you to know that giving me that experience truly unlocked so many things in me, and I thank you for it. See you soon, Clark. Signed, Jane. Who is Jane? Who is Jane in DCE, in the DC world, in the world of Superman?
So I thought the Superman girl, his girl was
love interest.
Was it? Is it?
I was like, babe, I love you, but who the hell is Jane? We have a cousin named Jane. I thought she copied a message that Jane was sending to me, to her, so I could see it. But I'm like, who's Jane, boo? I think I said,
it's the thought
afterwards,
that counts.
It's the thought that afterwards, I said, I think you meant to say Lois. Because Superman's love interest is
Spider-Man.
So now one thing I learned, though, if we're going to do trivia, she cannot be my partner, especially in the world of comedy. And she said, oh, wow, is that Spider-Man? I said, bruh.
Well,
Jane,
that means you're doing a horrible job of teaching
I said,
stuff.
Jane is Tarzan's girl, bro.
Whatever.
Like, complete different universes, man.
So, back to what we were saying.
Sweet
we're
messages.
Trying to wrap this up.
No,
right?
I say all that to say. So I actually thought that was kind of sweet. That's why I posted it. So going back to the
sharing authentically, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's going back to that. That's why I shared that, and I posted it because I thought it was so funny. I thought it was cute too.
Right.
So,
the next thing to do follow and like responsibly. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you follow someone, make sure you're responsible with who you're following. Don't make it be your ex-girlfriend or your ex this or that or some thirst trap, right? Mm-hmm. Booty girl, right? And we just talked about this conversation about liking. You want to make sure you're respecting your partner. If it makes them uncomfortable, you need to stop. Okay. Right. And then the last thing to do, last but not least, is if there's, a disagreement or whatever, like, talk about it offline.
Right. Oh, man. Right? The subs.
Don't throw subs.
The subs.
Subs like, yeah. Oh, I wish I had somebody that would blah, blah, blah. Right. Or, sharing a reel and saying, you know what I'm saying? People can start, thinking about, okay, what are they talking about? Is she talking about her man? Yeah. Is he talking about his girl? Right.
And some people are not slick enough to even keep it subtle.
Right. It just looks messy. Yeah. It's not classy. It's disrespectful to your person. Yes. Okay. All right. The don'ts. What should you not do? First thing that we talked about, don't compare. Don't compare yourself to another relationship because, like we said, what people often post are just highlights. It's not truly
They don't post
everything.
the lowlights.
They don't. And I think that should be a day of just posting lowlights. Because I think it needs to be normalized that life is not always on the high, but no one's going to do it.
But that brings
just
up
saying
another,
it just to say.
But that brings up another issue of privacy. So I think that's part of it. The low lights.
Yeah, but no one's going to do it because it's who want. But there are people who actually do.
Yeah.
And there's a following for that. Anyway, once again, don't post out of spite or shade. Don't tag your person on something that's talking negatively about men or negatively about women. Don't do that, right? And validation should come from a real connection, not comments, likes, or shares, right? So you don't want to don't let the likes determine your love. Okay. Don't let the amount of likes you get, or let's say I post something and he doesn't like it. That's not gonna don't let that determine if he loves you or not, or if he probably didn't see it.
Talking to yourself. Right? That's how you feel about when you share reels with me. Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic for another day. Do watch the reels that your wife sends you.
Okay.
That really gets me upset. Okay. And then, guys, don't keep secrets. Don't be DMing people and trying to delete it. Don't. Because nothing that's on the internet is it's safe. Even if you DM someone and delete it, screenshots, people screenshot faster than any.
And when you find out is when you're running for political office.
It all comes back, right? Be very careful about who you're posting or who you're messaging on the side. Okay. And then, like I said, don't neglect these real-time connections. If something is happening in the moment, don't let social media disconnect you from your relationship.
Right.
People can literally be out. This really grinds my gears. People can really be on a date at a restaurant, sitting across from each other, and just I've seen it countless times. Social media has disconnected them.
It's not just dates, even group events. I think we're just so that's just where we are as a society.
It's sad. I was somewhere. Where was I recently? And I just looked up and scanned the room. Okay, I was at a Sweet 16 and it hadn't started yet. But even in the middle of it starting, you would see I scanned the room and let's say 10 people at a table, about 5 per table.
Even the families. We've done it.
But it's not okay. It's something that we have to talk about and really try to go back to the way of the right way of doing things, being present, being in the moment. Okay. And not everything needs to be a post. Not everything needs to be a capture because you miss the moment. I love the weddings where the bride and the groom say no phones. We have photographers that will take pictures and videos for us. We want you guys to be in the moment. So overall, you need to be in the moment and just come together and agree on whatever works for your relationship.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. I think we're going to stop here because I'm starting to feel something, babe. Really.
You shouldn't be focused.
I need some tea now. But we want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. We hope that you guys were able to...
And forgive my energy, guys. It just got lower and lower as we went along.
Yeah,
this just happened today. I was fine all day on the way home. Working at a school. That's what happened. I'm an educator.
Now my throat is starting to hurt.
Oh, gosh.
Lord Jesus.
I'm not sleeping with you tonight.
I'm fine with that tonight. But anyway, we want to thank you guys for joining us for this conversation. This will be on YouTube. It will still be on YouTube. So if you
Yes.
have any comments that you'd like to share, we can continue conversation.
Go catch the replay.
Catch the replay. Continue the conversation in the comments section. There are probably things that we didn't get to share tonight that you probably wanted to say. You didn't get a chance to say. So we'd love to hear you guys in the comments section.
Yes.
But thank you once again for joining us. Be very responsible. Bring back the community. Bring back the communication, bring back the connection, because that was the original intent of social media. And
that's it.
That's it.
As we log off, guys, please don't forget to follow our platforms. Help us continue to grow the community. Invite people to go follow us, because I think you guys feel that we're bringing valuable things. So we want everybody to be benefit from this, and there's purpose to this. So just send a link to a friend, say, hey, follow this this page, get some nuggets. I hate this thing, and then we'll be very appreciative of your 2 seconds of just sharing.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything.
Yes. Until next time, guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank
you, Milu. Appreciate you.
All right, guys. See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Gotta go take care of this baby.